Hey everybody, I'm Skyline Shore. I'm here with Attack Gaming, and I just want to give you a review on Redwater Hills. So think Clash of Clans meets zombies. Does it sound good? Well, that'd be pretty cool because it sounds good to me too. Sadly, it isn't quite to that quality or depth, and really, it is not even on mobile devices. It's just a browser game. So, no, it's not quite Clash of Clans meets zombies. I can say that I do like its uniquity. It's a little bit unique, and the fact that it does contain zombies is kind of interesting. There are randomly generated roaming mobs in the world of Redwater Hills, all around this world, around everybody's buildings and their little shanty towns, I guess you could say. And it's pretty interesting because they exist in real time, so players cannot interact with the zombie hordes together. This, I think, to a fault. Don't think that's a good idea. I think it would be amazing if we could actually send out our survivors to go attack these zombie hordes, and then during the waves, if somebody else joined in, we can go through, kill the zombies, and then afterwards, we would either have to make peace, do a trade of some sort, become friends, or, duke it out. I think that'd be really awesome. I really like how fast the game puts you into the action also. The quests are pretty simple, easy. It's not quite hand-holdy. It doesn't hold your hand through the whole thing, but at the same time, you can just use your gold in order to skip the quest entirely, which I don't know if I agree with entirely, because the tutorial needs to teach you how to play the game, and it's just weird that you can just pay to get past that. So, very strange. I do like that there is at least action. Now, I said that you get into the action pretty quickly, and yeah, there is action. Kind of like Clash of Clans or Boom Beach, there is a tower defense sort of gameplay element to it. You have to actually move your units, you select where they spawn. This is all that you can do. You select where they spawn, and then they go through, and they kind of have really dumb AI, I'll admit it, but they go through and they just kind of do their thing. They do as much damage as possible until you either lose, the wave timer is completed, or that you destroy all the buildings. And that's it. Of course, it works inversely with your own buildings and the bases that you acquire and capture. So, a little bit of tower defense gameplay. It's not real time or anything, and like I said, the AI is dumb, so not really that visceral. Really, it's barely action-y at all. Nowhere near the quality of Clash of Clans. But you can do different things for defenses, like you can have tank turrets, you can place your farms and your production buildings so that you have a better chance of surviving. Much like Clash of Clans, or pretty much a lot of MMORTS lets you put things in different positions so that you have a better defensive chance or whatever. It doesn't really feel that meaningful in this game. Yeah, it's a little bit more meaningful than other MMORTSs, and I'm definitely going to applaud it for that, but it doesn't quite break the mold. There are lots of other games just like this that, different aesthetics, different time periods, whatever, pretty similar. Anyways, unlike Clash of Clans or Boom Beach, the number of units is very small. This is really important. In Clash of Clans, you can have tons and tons of units spawning and attacking all over the place. It's really atrocious, and it looks really awesome. It's a great spectacle to watch. In this game, you just have a limited number of survivors, which is kind of good and kind of bad. One thing that you can do with your survivors, which you couldn't do in like a mass army, is that they actually added RPG elements to your survivors. So you can actually farm them up, kill units, and they become stronger. They get more offense, more defense, health, and then you can also craft items. You can craft things like guns, RPGs, melee weapons, and certain character survivors use different weapons and have different aesthetics, move differently, and potentially have different AIs. The game is still early, so we don't know exactly how they act, but it seems that if your character is meant to be a tank, it seems like they will actually be a little bit faster and they will aggress on the zombie first, and then they're probably better for defense as well. And then the girl character that you get really quickly is actually very slow. She does a lot of damage, and she's also very weak. So she does lots of damage, and you need a tank with her, or else whenever you're going and attacking zombies, she's going to die. So there's a little bit of strategy there, but when you actually get into the combat, you cannot control anything other than them spawning, which in Clash of Clans that works because of the number of units, but in this game, not so much. Also, there's not really too much depth to the maps. Pretty simple stuff there. Well, when you first get into the game, there's really no hint at what the end game is going to be like. I mean, you could play like for 10 minutes straight, and it's just still tutorial, and that's really a fault to the genre. I also find that the biggest pay-to-win aspect or component to the game, because honestly this whole genre has at least some pay-to-win in its day and age, is that Redwater Hills, you can throw money at the screen and you should get the best weapons, get the best armor, and get all the survivors that you need, the best survivors, and basically you can just zerg through the whole game. Really, I think this is a fault of the genre, but it's never a great thing to see it persist in another rendition, guys. I think Redwater Hills is an alternative. Not a great alternative, but it's an alternative to many other browser MMORTS titles. And I'm going to suggest it to those that enjoy the genre and the zombie survival scene. But honestly, I don't really see too much here that would keep someone playing if they're already playing Clash of Clans or Boom Beach. I mean, this game does have a story to it, but Illyriad's much deeper. Boom Beach, Clash of Clans is way more action-packed. And there's just other games that are a little bit more strategic, even a little bit more competitive, and just overall more popular. So it's kind of hard to choose this game over others, basically other than the fact that it's zombies. But hey guys, if zombies isn't your thing and you're looking for a similar game, but a little bit more family friendly as well, I'm going to suggest that you take a look at Edgeworld. Anyways guys, that's my review on Redwater Hills. So far, in my experience, my hours of game time just seems like one giant tutorial. It seems pretty interesting. Like I said, I mean, you do get into the game pretty fast, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like there's really an end game. I'm just kind of grinding a whole lot. So that's it. Check us out at MMOATK.com for lots of news, first impressions, and yeah, subscribe here so that you can see all our cool top 10s and videos like this. So see you again later, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Shore, welcome back Attack, and today we're looking at Wakfu. Now Wakfu is a Flash-based MMORPG, and they actually have another game called Dofus, and this is the sequel to that MMO. So this is a strategy game. You're going to be moving on tiles. It is a tile-based MMO, isometric view, and you're going to be moving on these tiles, and that also means for the combat, it's turn-based.